Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Divorce Happens, the podcast where we support you before, during, and after divorce with education, inspiration, a little bit of laughter. Because as we know, divorce happens and then you start fresh. And speaking of fresh, we're here with one of our amazing Fresh Starts experts, Janice. Janice, can you tell
Hi,
us,
Olivia.
can you tell us a little bit about what you do? Because it's important what you do in the divorce process.
Sure,
So who are
sure.
you, Janice, and what do you do?
Absolutely. My name is Janice Berner again, and I'm a Certified Divorce Financial Analyst. I have a practice here in Massachusetts and in New Hampshire as well. I work with people going through divorce, contemplating divorce, throughout their divorce, and post-divorce to make sure they're going to be okay financially. That really kind of sums up all of my work. I meet people through different knowledge opportunities like today where they're trying to gain the knowledge. I've also met them through referrals from attorneys and friends. And I'm really here to help people think about everything financial because divorce is a legal process, but it's also a very stressful financial process for a lot of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's a lot of financial things. So, speaking of financial
Yeah.
aspects of divorce, one of the
Mm-hmm.
questions that people have asked us is like, what is the relationship between Social Security benefits and divorce? And then also, like, what are Social Security benefits? What do they even have to do with divorce, right? Like, and so,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, a lot of people, are getting divorced later in life, and so there may be a lot more to do with Social Security benefits. And so I'm so excited to have you here and educate us
Excited
on
to
all of
be
this.
here. Mm-hmm.
So tell us, Janice, what's going on here?
Yeah, so let me just say, for those people who don't know, maybe what is Social Security? We hear about it all the time. We hear about is it going away someday? All those topics come up in the financial world in general.
Yeah.
To define Social Security, if you look it up, it's a social program that is providing financial assistance to all Americans. And it is deducted from your paycheck. So if you were to look at your pay stub, it's called FICA. It's one
Mm,
of those payroll tax deductions that you see. So basically, it's you getting your money back that you've been giving to the government to go off and invest and then plan for your retirement. It's intended to be collected after age 62 at a minimum. And then there's something called full retirement age. That is age 67 for a lot of people and then goes up. For your generation, is probably 68 and above.
okay.
Not to go too techy on the financial stuff, but in prior years, we would receive a statement at home. So your parents probably received one, Olivia. It's that long ago that statements would come reliably to the house. Now everybody should do it. You should go onto ssa.gov, no matter how old you are, and look and see what your benefit is as
Mm,
calculated by the government.
okay.
And the important part about doing that periodically is to make sure that the years of salary look accurate. Social
Mm,
Security is calculated based on your historic salary amounts. So if
okay.
any one of those amounts is wrong, then you could potentially have an incorrect benefit out there for yourself. So there's just some general knowledge. Log on, get your username and password, save it. Really a hard one to reset, by the way. But
Okay.
keep that close and do check it as just part of your financial health, whether you're divorcing, divorced, or not even divorced.
I love
So
that,
that's
first of
what,
all. I
yeah,
love that. Thank you for that life
yeah,
advice, Janice.
absolutely. It's a great thing to do besides running your credit check, credit
Okay.
report once a year. So moving on to kind of mixing the two topics, right?
Yeah.
Social Security and divorce. Social Security is important to know about as a person who's gone through divorce because you are entitled as the ex spouse to receive your ex spouse's benefit. And what does
Mm,
that mean? It doesn't mean that you're taking away from his or her benefit. They'll still get the same amount, they're still entitled to the same amount. But what it does mean is that we need to look at it. As a certified divorce financial analyst, I'm going to help you look at what you're entitled to from your work history versus what you're entitled to as an ex spouse. A couple of things to keep in mind. To receive benefits, you need to have been divorced at least 2 years, married at least 10 years.
mm.
Okay. You cannot be, I have my little notes here. I didn't want to forget one of the
No, I
things I wanted
appreciate
to
that.
say. You still
Yeah.
need to be single. So you can't
Yes.
be remarried. That's the
Right.
third thing.
Yep.
And if all those facts are true, you are in fact entitled to the higher of half of your ex spouse's or your full
Wow.
retirement benefit from Social Security.
Okay.
You do not need to ask your attorney to negotiate this. This comes with you being an American citizen. So
Wow.
there's no way around it, and it's not a point of negotiation as part of your procedure in divorce.
Wow,
I
that's
hope
really
that helps answer
fascinating.
that.
That does
Yep.
help answer that. So, can you just go over
Yeah.
those points one more time, nice and slow, so that people, because there's a lot of
Sure.
women that are listening to this that and men that
Okay.
maybe really were not aware of this. And also, my question for
Right.
you, Janice, is,
Mm-hmm.
what if a person is married and divorced multiple times? Do all of those exes, if they qualify,
Yes,
also get okay?
they do, and still he or she collects their full benefit. So if your ex gets divorced again, his new ex-wife is entitled to go do the same thing. So
That's
maybe this is why
fascinating.
we hear in the news, right? Is there going to be a Social Security program? But
Yeah, well. Okay, so go over
yeah.
those one more time, nice and slow before
Okay.
we let you go.
All
So, to
right.
get the Social Security benefits in a divorce, it's a non-negotiable. So, if you
Right.
qualify for these three
Mm-hmm.
things that Janice is
Yeah.
going to tell us.
Yes. Married 10 years, not remarried, and divorced at least two.
Okay. So,
In
married
that
10 years.
case, you
Yeah.
yeah, married 10 years, divorced for two, you're not remarried. Okay. In that case, you still need to see somebody like a certified
Okay.
divorce financial analyst, because we're going to be looking at that report that I mentioned you need to run from Social Security in order to tell you specifically in your case. It's best to take it now, because that's another big topic, right? Do I get the full amount if I take it at my current age? Or am I getting a discounted amount? Would I be better
Mm.
off waiting? So there's more to it than we can talk about today.
Yep. Yep.
And I actually have a specialist in-house who I work with, and we run reports for you that indicate exactly when we should start taking this benefit to maximize it for the rest of our lives and not lock our amount in at a
Right.
discounted amount.
Okay. This is amazing.
Okay.
Thank you so
I hope
much,
this was
Janice.
helpful.
So helpful. Before we let you go, Janice, if somebody is listening to this and they're considering a
Mm-hmm.
divorce or going through a divorce, as
Yep.
somebody that works in divorce all day, what would be some words
Right.
of encouragement that you could leave for them?
I always like to tell people that that's what I do for a living, right? We help you plan. Financial planning is planning for anything and everything. And there is always a way to be successful. So I want you to think of this as the opportunity to reinvent yourself, to gain knowledge and not be intimidated anymore by money if that happens to be your case, or to continue to excel in the money arena. And it takes about 3 to 5 years to financially recover from divorce, but it does happen. Right? We
Yeah.
might need to make some changes. We have to be realistic. And that's what planning is all about, so that we can quantify exactly where our money is going and have control over whether or not to spend it for now or put it on hold. So I
Amazing.
guess I have optimism for you. That's what I want
I
to
love that.
communicate.
I love that. Well, we
Yes.
appreciate you so much, Janice. And if
I
you,
love being part of this.
yeah, if you would like more information, you can always find Janice at Fresh Starts Registry and the Expert Guide. And we're so happy that you're part of our
Here to
community.
help.
Thanks for being here today.
Thanks for everything you do, Olivia.
Thanks.